a roller coaster ride of a night. What are your reactions afterwards?
The boys played their hearts out. I get on them about some stuff, but tonight was not going to be one of those nights. They absolutely played their hearts out. I'm proud of them.
So you should be. And the three-point shooting performance in the first half, that was an amazing effort. I mean, you went 11 and 19 at half time. Did that even surpass your expectations of how they can shoot?
No, that's what we recruited for. We knew they were going to be in the drops. We knew they were going to be back. Even when they started to get out and hard showing a little bit, we knew we could pop to space and those shots would be available. As I said to the guys, just shoot with confidence. And I guess that's where the game started to tighten up a little bit. They weren't shooting the ones that probably they should have shot. There was a couple of shots that turned down. A couple of shots we tried to play for the foul. We got caught up in that, trying to get some calls where we just need to shoot the ball.
You talked about being proud of the group. I mean, we know that you're missing Tanner and Karen coming into the game, but then Pedro gets hurt in the first half as well. AK hurt his hand, I think early in the third quarter as well. But, I mean, there's nothing else to sum it up except they showed a lot of heart.
Yeah, I mean, AK dislocated his finger. We couldn't get it back in, so that's what the delay was. The team doc did a good job of putting that back in place, and he went back out there. So, I mean, that's a lot of heart. You can't, again, I can't fault the boys for, they're hurting. And, yeah, I can't. We played a pretty good game, I thought.
Even when it felt like momentum was against you, you still find a way with Sam at the end of regulation to force it to overtime. And even the end of overtime, you still had a chance to get it back to a one-possession game as well. They didn't want to give up easily, did they?
No, they didn't. They 100% fought to the end.
What do you think changed in the second half? Was it as simple as the size of Montrez that made the difference? I mean, what did they do differently in the second half?
I know what changed in the second half, and this is why, with everything going on the last couple of days with comments and clickbait, I'm not getting caught up in all that. So I know exactly what changed. It's my opinion, and I'll keep it to myself.
Sometimes the numbers speak for themselves if anyone wants to take a look. When the momentum turns against you like that, and there is a lot of things against you, I mean, your group still showed a lot of poise to stay focused. I mean, did you like the way they handled themselves in the situation? Oh
yeah, and this is what's fun about coming into a venue tonight. The crowd was amazing. It was a sellout, 11,000. We knew that coming in that they were going to be absolutely hanging from the rafters with noise and energy, and Adelaide's always been good for that. And so there's something cool about a team bonding experience to come into a hostile environment, knowing we're down a few bodies, knowing we got our backs against the wall. And that again is just to the spirit of the group. But the composure is still an issue, and a big part of our if the basketball team is a body, we weren't missing any heart. But let's face it, like Taron Armstrong's our brain, and we went searching a little bit in a few areas to try and close out again regulation. Probably what hurt us a little bit at the end of Illawarra, and we face it again. Are we better than round one, round two? Yeah, 100%, And when Taron comes back, we're going to be better for it. So, there's lessons to be learned in losing. But, the boys right now just don't want to hear that. They just want to feel the way they feel for tonight. And then we've got to move on, and we play a very tough team in Melbourne 2 days later.
Jackson McCoy, I asked you last week about him. You said that to play on your team, you have to earn a spot, and obviously he did that this week, and he plays 26 minutes. What did you make of what he did out there?
Yeah, he answered the call. Sometimes you can do it one-on-one, sometimes you do it through the media, and people respond differently. And as we enter this first season with each other, year one, I'm learning about what makes him tick. He didn't sulk. He was great. This week he stepped up. He was one of the biggest voices in our film review. He was one of the biggest, leaders on court, practice. So we rewarded him for it because he earned it. But now you got to keep doing it. So, we have sign up in our training floor, right, which is, success isn't owned, it's leased, and the rent's due every day. It's not my quote. I stole it. It's a great quote. But that's it, right? You can't rest on that you think you had a good game and then sort of take your foot off the pedal. And this is where the progression comes into play.
I think every great quote comes from somewhere, doesn't it? So,
oh, yeah.
What about Sunday? I mean, I guess Melbourne was watching on tonight, hoping that this game panned out exactly how it did, where you guys got beaten up a little bit, but it's a team you've got a lot of positive momentum against. How do you feel going into Sunday's game?
Yeah, and I know they're hurting as well a little bit with I know Illy's out and there might be a question mark on Delhi. And they had guys like Phil Cameron and so forth step up in that role and really capitalise and do well. You know, it's just a testament to that team and their depth. We're going to go in there probably a little bit lighter. But the cool thing about it, and this is what is kind of fun about this team, is no one's expecting much from us. So, you know, just go out there and hoop and enjoy and play with a little bit of careless freedom within discipline. You can't influence anything else around you other than your basketball. And I mean, that was a big thing tonight. We couldn't influence anything around us. So you just got to keep playing the game and the possessions that are in front of you.
Last one from me. Is it too early to know if Pedro will be able to play?
Oh, yeah, too early. I know he tried. He wanted to get out there, but he didn't look great. And so there was no point trying to push through something that it was going to be half a step off for.
Thanks, Paulie.
Thank you. Thanks, Chris. Done? Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.